So I was in class and it was a lecture hall, and it was pretty standard, pretty boring, all was well in my academic world. But then the guy who's one row in front of me pulls out his phone and he texts someone and he says, "Hey, you horny babe?" I'm like, "What?" I mean, he sends a text and then she starts replying to him. He held it up so that I could see it. I don't think it was for me, but he just sort of held it up casually. And I could see what he typed. I didn't see most of it after that, but I saw him typing stuff to her. I saw her typing stuff to him in little snippets. Like, one of them from her was, "Oh, I want you to stick it inside me." And it was so weird. They were having a sexting conversation. I've never really understood sexting, though, because for me, like, I know that most people, when they masturbate, they can't just do it all from mind. They have to have some sort of stimulation, like the internet, or a magazine, or a picture, or something. Or the phone, like the person talking to them seductively. But I don't get texting with sex. You're just giving words, and those words give an idea. But even more bizarrely is this person obviously was in class, so they weren't masturbating or anything. He was just casually texting, like how you might be texting with someone like, "Hey, how are you?" And meanwhile, while he's doing this, he's playing solitaire on his iPad that's right in front of him, while taking notes in the class as well. It's like, why? I view sexting as a thing that people do to get off, especially if it's with someone that's really close, like a bonding thing, but it's like he was just going through the motions, not doing it for the actual relationship with this person. And that was really bizarre. And I don't know, it's weird. You know, the funny thing about our culture is we're very flip-floppy, we're very two-faced about how we handle sexuality. On the one hand, we say that sexuality is bad, like you shouldn't be sexually active, you shouldn't want it. Yet, we also say that it's good and it's normal and you should want it. In many parts of society, if you don't actively pursue sexual relations, then you're viewed as being really weird or a dork or a loser. And it's not even like one group is the uptight losers and the others are just the cool guys. I've met plenty of people who are cool guys who don't have sex because they say they want to wait till marriage or they feel like it's mistreating the woman. And plenty of people who are really lame and dorky yet have sex all the time because they know the exact social buttons to push with someone to get them to have sex with them. It's weird. It's like how we aren't allowed to show titties on TV, yet we have places like Hooters where the waitresses are obviously dressed scandalously to provoke men, and people go there and eat their shitty food for the purposes of seeing them almost naked. It's really weird how when something is taboo, it becomes the norm, and it's like the thing to break that rule. I think that's why a lot of people engage in this sort of sexual culture. It's not actually for the sex, it's just because of the taboo about it. Something feels special about that because people disapprove of it. Like, this person wasn't getting into the sexting because he was getting off on it. He was just doing it because I guess that's what he does. It makes him feel good. It feels right to him. It feels natural, so he does it. And that's just so odd. I mean, I view sexuality as something that you use as a tool to get closer to somebody. It's about your connection with them. And obviously it has other things like having children and pleasure, but, you know, that's the main purpose because, you know, you're getting to them. A lot of people like to get very emotional and physical and touch and cuddle and stuff after sex because it sort of brings you with them. It feels right, especially for the socialization, because it just feels right. People want to be social. They want to have relations with people. And having sex with someone and then feeling like they're comforting you, feeling like they're there for you, they weren't just there for the sex, it just feels right. I think that's why people innately love sex, because it just sort of fits right into what we want in our psyche. But this person, I don't know, it's so weird. It's like, because it's so taboo, it's become normal to do it. You don't even have to get off on it. It's just an activity that you just sort of go through routinely. So, I don't know what to make of it. It's just a very odd situation. And, you know, obviously people can do whatever they want, but it's just such an odd thing. Like, sex is normally a big deal in culture, whether it's a really good thing or a really bad thing. But I feel like because so many people in society now are taking such a negative stance against it, it's become so commonplace that people just deal with it like it's normal. And that's a very odd confliction that I see. And I'm not sure what to make of it. But I thought it was interesting and I thought it was worth pointing out.